and see if we can progress to try to get some rewards. So essentially the shop has some good rewards. I think the most valuable thing here is the ancients because there's very limited ways to get them. There's other ways to get the other rewards that are in here largely. Although some of these bottom tier rewards are good, I think the ancients are just where it's at. So let's see if we can progress. The Wasteland Titan is primarily healing, so essentially you want to keep these Ionatons alive, and that's how we progress in this level. So we're going to try this in a couple different ways. First, we're going to try this by trying to cover all the sides. So we're going to try to heal everyone and see if that's realistic. And we'll put the inspiration on. I believe the statues get it so they can do more damage to the boss. But yeah, we're going to see if we can keep everyone. We'll see where we can get further. Are we better off grouping everyone up and trying to preserve one side? Or are we better off trying to cover as much ground as possible? We did get Eloin, so we're just going to let the old trip here. We'll keep an eye and see if there's an ideal spot. We may not be able to keep this one going up here just with Vortex. But we're going to put the wood out there. So it seems like we actually have a good spread of healers. They're mostly level 50. I think the only level 60 is Pharisee. But we're holding it together pretty well. Quickly, I think we're going to start getting to the point where we get one shot. We're going to keep it going as long as possible. Alright. So there goes Sunday. I think she was probably the worst geared out of everyone, but still not. And I wonder if we're close to... Okay, so we were able to get a ranking where we had everyone spread out. The next thing that we're going to try is grouping up on one side. So we're going to see if we can be effective grouping up on one side. Oh, we got a reward for this. A little bit of time. Not going to fuss about that. And we're fairly close to going to the next tier. So there's, a couple hundred tokens, but I mean, getting we've gotten all but 500 of the tokens, so I think that's not a bad place to be, but you always want to see if you can push up a little bit further. So we're going to try to group everyone on a side. That way their healing can support each other as well as keep the boss up. So we want to maximize our spread. Our focus is on these 4. We've got that, and so we're going to see, is it worth it just to focus on keeping one with our current setup? Okay. Getting to the main phase. We may initially try to keep a couple over here with the wood elf, but it doesn't look like. No, even with the wood elf, we weren't able to keep them up. That's okay. Okay, so we've kind of spaced the ults out. We'll just focus on keeping our side up over here. I think having everyone in the heresy ult range so that they take reduced AoE damage is going to be super helpful. Okay. It looks like we're getting the same score. We're at 582,000. I'm curious how this stacks up to the other score. Okay, we didn't go up a level, but that was less than our first attempt. The one other change I may try here is to see if we're able to maybe hold the center and leave the top two. So maybe we'll cover a little bit more ground here, but we won't. So we're not fully abandoning one side or another, but we're still. We're still not trying to cover them all. And we'll see if this is more effective than simply. We're also, during this first phase, I wonder if we get it down faster, if he'll ramp up less. We're putting inspiration on the only mage that's alive. So we'll see if just going for the center is better. It seems like the full spread so far has been the best, but time will tell. Oh, we're just gonna go on the auto ults here. That's what we did in the first round, and that was our highest score as well. So I think unless you really micro down your time, and I'm not sure it's clear that holding back will be beneficial here. Okay. So we should be entering the A range. Not surprised we lost the Sunday there. Yeah. Okay, so this seems fairly similar to our first run. Ultimately, all of the runs got us the same amount. We're 625 here. And we'll take a look and see. I think the first run was a little bit higher, yeah. So it looks like spreading everyone out was the best. Just to try to. We'll go one more time and see if we can maybe spread things out a little bit more evenly and see if that will let us get a better score. But ultimately, it seems like we're kind of hitting the edge of what is effective here. Yeah. Alright, so we're going down with that. A little bit annoying. Okay, going into the second phase, we'll see if this spread lets us go a little bit further. So I consider this a pretty big success just because I believe the only level 60 we have here, well, Diao is 60. And the Pharisee. We're going to switch Diao to healing, see if she helps keep us up a little bit more. We did lose the Sunday, but that's not too surprising considering she probably has the weakest gear. So this is fairly similar to our last run. Oh, we're actually going a little bit ahead. I think switching Diao to healer mode let us raise the score a little bit, but not quite enough to break into the next breakpoint. Alright, so hopefully this perspective on an early game doing Codex is helpful. I think even if you can get the bottom score, it's worth doing. Wasteland Titan is just mostly about, do you have the tanks? So, how are you doing on Codex? Where are you progressing? Where's your account? Do you have plans to improve? Or maybe you're all triple S and you're working on the new Conquest challenge, which will be a little bit a ways off for new accounts.